Well, hey friends, Catherine from CatherinePuller.com coming live at you from the clubhouse.
That's very exciting. And Erica here.
And Erica! I was waiting for that.
I didn't know what we were...
I was about to do a drum roll for you.
Oh, that would have been fancy.
It's Catherine from CatherinePuller.com.
And Erica! Wow. I don't think I've ever had a drum roll before.
Well, today is your day.
I feel special.
Happy Friday!
Yay!
It is time to make some holiday cards. We are really excited.
Yes.
Because back in the day when we started a product line, it was called Stamp of Approval. This was 4 years ago this past August. We launched that, and it was a box full of goodies that I worked with other companies to put together, kind of like a subscription box without the subscription.
Right.
And so we would curate products that went together. It was a $97 box, and you got stamps and dies and all coordinating products so that you could sit down and create projects just with the stuff in your box. You had all the sentiments, the main images, the backgrounds, everything that you needed, and you could just go right with those products.
Great. I don't feel like subscription boxes were even a thing then.
I think they
Or just.
They were.
Okay.
But it was earlier days.
Yes.
And then we also had a project guide download that went with every single box, so that you had the box and then you had the project guide so that you could sit down. So over time, our Stamp of Approval has morphed into an entire product line. So we don't do the collections. We're not doing those now. We are just releasing our products every 6 weeks, basically in the spirit of Stamp of Approval. So we create bundles of products that go together and you get the same benefits. Sometimes we have a project guide download. We don't have one every single time, but we did put one together this time. So we have 5 holiday cards you can make this weekend. And in the description below on this YouTube video, you will find the link for that. So you can head over there, put your name and email address in the fields. You will be subscribed to our newsletter. Yay! And you'll also receive your project guide download. In the spirit of that, I thought I would hop on live today with Erica and
make something.
So we all love to make holiday cards, and if you have a huge list for that, this video is for you because we're going to make 8 in a jiffy. And I just realized something. I'm kind of laughing. If you were on live with us earlier in the week, you know I've been trying some press-on nails. And if you notice, I'm missing a few. I won't hold up this finger, but
she just pointed it out. It's better. This is me. I'm what we call disclaimer girl. So I always think it's better to point something out ahead of time than for someone else to notice and then wonder in their heads. Like, do you know that you're missing thumbnails?
I'm missing 3 nails.
We're missing thumbnails.
I meant to replace them and I forgot. I was too busy making my coffee. And I also would like to say, in case you're interested, this is really going to be an exciting piece of news for you today. I got the bifocal contacts. Sure did. Because I've been wearing my glasses lately.
Happened.
And then when I can't read, I just take my glasses off. So I haven't been wearing my contacts because then when you got to read something, you got to go find the reading glasses, and that's just too much work. I got bifocal contacts.
Brittany said you still have your party finger, so you're good to go.
All right. They're going to get even more party. You ready? Rebecca, I am doing cards today. You ready? So I'm going to, if you get seasick, just close your eyes for a second. I'm going to move this around, and we're going to get started stamping. Sorry. Okay. So here we go. This is the card we're going to make, and I'm going to show you how to make it super quick so that you can crank out a whole bunch of cards this holiday season. I'm using our Patterns and Pine patterned paper, which uses the color palette of Peppermint Scrub, Rouge, Sage, Spruce, Skylight, Sandcastle, and Icing on the Cake. I grabbed eucalyptus instead of spruce because I can't find it. And then I meant to go grab sage, and I can't. Where's sage? Where's sage? Let's use. Okay, here we go. I'm going to use sage.
But I want to find you.
And then here is Skylight, and here is Icing on the Cake.
These are blues.
I'm going to use our Christmas Tree Farm stamp set, which was made to coordinate with this paper. Okay, here's spruce. Oh, thank you, Erica. She's got me hooked up.
Now Hannah will be missing those when she goes to take a photograph later.
So these are the stamps that I'm going to use for each stamp, or the ink pads that I'm going to use for the stamps. So I'm just going to set those aside for a minute while I cut some of my cardstock so I can show you how quick and easy this is. So we're going to take a full size sheet of cardstock. We're going to trim it at 4 and 4. And then we're going to trim it at 5 1/4. I'm doing both sheets at once. I don't do more than 2 sheets together at a time. And another disclaimer, I know I need to replace my blade. I'm getting a little bit of fuzzy on the edges of my cardstock. So here are 4 pieces. I want to make 8 cards, so I've got 4. I'm going to do one more sheet. And you notice I'm taking the cut end and I'm turning it around and cutting that end again, because these edges are nicely not frayed. So this is minimizing my frayedness. How about that? If you guys want to pop in the chat box or in the comment section on YouTube, let me know how many cards you make for the holiday season, and if you do all the same design or you like to switch it up and do different designs.
Thank you, Joanne.
So out of 2 sheets of cardstock, now I have 8 layers. I have my white cardstock note cards. So I'm just going to take out 8 of those. How's everyone doing?
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, can you believe I pulled out 8? Just like that. Woohoo. All right, then I have my patterned paper. I'm going to cut this 4. Look at that plaid. By 3. I'm going to have these 2 pieces. I'm going to put those aside. I could use these for layers, but I'm going to cut all of mine 4 by 3.
So Sue makes 75 cards a year. Diane says she does 60 to 70. I used to do 50, and then a couple years ago, I don't know what happened, but I was making along, and I got to like 45, and I just ran out of supplies.
Oh.
So I narrowed my list, and now I'm like, I do 40 to 45, and if I run out of supplies, I just start cutting people.
You cut people!
I just start cutting people.
Well, now guess what? You work in a paper crafting office, so if you run out of supplies, there's really no excuse for you.
It's usually that I've run out of whatever, like foam tape that I'm using, or like sometimes a piece of patterned paper or something like that. But, yeah. Oh my word, Julie! She made 500 cards one year to send to nursing homes. That is so sweet.
That is amazing. That is fantastic. So I like Nuvo glue. I have really great results with this glue. It's really strong.
Yeah, I love it.
It doesn't clog very easily. And I think it's really quick and easy to apply. And then because it's wet, when you add it to your card layer, you have a minute to kind of wiggle it around and make sure it's exactly where you want it to be. So here's one card layer.
Diane, I haven't figured out my card just yet, although I may case this one Catherine had laying around here this morning.
2.
Where is that card, Catherine?
Oh, it's right here. This one?
No.
Oh.
So cute.
You know what? I forgot to cut. Where did my card go? My example. Do you see it?
Right here.
Yeah, I forgot to cut those layers.
I'll do that for you.
Okay, so what is that measurement?
Well, this piece is perfect one way. So it is 4 1/4.
Okay.
By, bear with, I'm terrible at measuring in maths. I think 2.5.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. So
4
probably
1/4 by
out
2
of
1/2.
one sheet of cardstock, we can cut it down. And I think I'm missing a layer here too, because I have one more piece of patterned paper than card layers. Are you guys counting? I'm short a layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, that's why this got stuck.
Yeah, 4 1/4 by 2.5. Let me grab a piece of paper and whip those out for you.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, so I've got, here are my layers. And then here are my card bases. I'm just going to fold these in half. Our card stock is very bright white. It's super smooth. It's great for stamping, and it's also really nice for your card bases. And these are really convenient because they come already cut and folded for you. So it's going to be great for the holiday times when you're making lots of cards.
How many cards are you doing?
I'm doing 8.
Okay.
Sue didn't know that Nuvo does glue.
Now you do.
Yeah,
Sue.
I love it. I discovered it, I don't know, 6 or 9 months ago, and I'm a big fan. Wonderful. So here are my layers.
Nearly. That's half of them.
Half of them. Okay. And so while we're at this, I'm going to go ahead and glue these.
Oh, you totally need to replace your blade.
Yes, I do.
Oh, I just jammed this
So
thing.
that is going to be something we do this afternoon. Go find.
Go to Michael's and get more blades.
Maybe on Amazon or
Oh,
something.
that's a good idea. There we go.
All right.
I love that size because I think it's great if you can be smart when you're doing mass-produced cards where you get as much out of a sheet as possible. I tend to like do something weird and then I have like I can get 2 out of a sheet and then I have a whole bunch of wasted paper. So be smart, guys. Work smart, not hard. Is that what they say?
And this right here, this situation right here with a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer and then the little piece of patterned paper is perfect for a start. This you can springboard from and do so many different things. So you can add the layer that Erica just cut for me and stamp on it. You can die cut a label shape or a circle or maybe, you know, our new angel wing dies. Probably wouldn't go with this patterned paper, but so many different things you can do. So this is a great versatile way to get started. A lot of people ask me, you know, how do you get inspired? How do you get started? This right here is a great way to start. Okay, almost done here. Will you do these 2 while I move on to the next part?
Sure.
Okay. And this tractor paper, oh my goodness. So cute.
It also helps when you're making these cards if you have a Vanna.
We're going to start calling Erica Vanna.
If you have a Vanna, then, I mean, actually, 1 year,
Oops. Oh, we're shaking.
because I know
Wow, embossing pad.
Anne-Marie had said she just couldn't do it 1 year and she stopped. I love it. It's like something I super enjoy. But 1 year I got behind Anne-Marie and I just got my mom to help. And I had all the pieces already like cut out and ready to go. And so I had her like embossing and gluing.
Nice.
And it was a fun thing that we did together. I was like, I gotta get these cards done. So she sat down at the dinner table with me, and I taught her how to emboss a sentiment and embossing and gluing away.
So I earlier took my Sauna ink pad and just ran it across my white cardstock to make Sauna cardstock. And earlier I was looking to see where my white cardstock went to, and that's where it went. I thought that was
not a scrap paper.
No, I thought that was scrap paper, and it's not. It's white cardstock, so we're gonna have to figure out how to use that so we don't waste it. I'm totally cracking up. So then I want sparkly. So I want Sauna glitter paper. So basically that's what I'm making here.
And Donna, yeah, our pattern paper is 6 by 6.
And it's 80 pounds, so it's actually cardstock.
Yeah, super thick.
It's really nice. So what I did here, I just tapped my Wow embossing pad over the entire piece of cardstock, and then I did the Wow Wanderlust embossing glitter, which Wow made this by our request. And it gives a gorgeous glitter. So now I have Sauna glitter cardstock. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with this. I wonder if anybody is guessing what I'm going to do. Can you guys see the glitter okay? I mean, it's so beautiful in person.
I think another reason I simplified my list was because I overcomplicated my card design.
Oh, okay.
So then last year there was a lot of coloring in, So I had to like stamp out and cut all the pieces and then sit and color all of them in. And that just took me an age.
Yeah. That does take an age.
Still fun though.
Okay, so now I have our Starry Night cover plate. Ooh. We're going to die cut this. We're going to take these stars and add them to the top of the tree. And then I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with the positive piece. So Erica will cut that out for me while I start stamping these layers. And if you are just joining us, if you are new to my channel, I hope you will subscribe. And you can always click the link. Also, click the link in the description below. We have a holiday project guide download available with a lot of our new products from our newest release. There you go. You will also be subscribing to our newsletter, so we'll be excited to have you. And we send out newsletters on a regular basis, a couple a week, with any product and sales updates. I think there's something on my stamp because I'm getting kind of a textured look
no,
there.
Let me get you a clean baby white from.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, you got one.
We also send inspiration, so we'll kind of gather design team samples and things that I've done and put them in emails and send them out so that you have an email with a bunch of card ideas in it. So, and then if you find you want to unsubscribe at any time, we are very sad, but you know, there's a link on the bottom of the email, so you're not signing anything in blood.
Oh.
All right, now what is happening here? I'm having a little trouble. Maybe I need to re-ink my ink pad. Sage. Here we go. So our ink pads are foam and they're squishy and they have ink refills, which is really nice because the foam transfers ink to any surface really easily. So because of that, you can do direct to paper and get a really fantastic result. And you also get really nice stamped images because the ink releases so well from the ink pad. When I take my ink bottle and I do that, it may be like a little streaky. So I like to, what is happening over there? There's a lot of noise going on. That's hilarious. I always like to test it out before, oh yes. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. I wonder if it's because of the glitter and because you're using a hand crank machine. She's having a little trouble. So I'm just going to turn these over. We're going to start over. But when you take your bottle and rub it over, you may get a little bit of streaky if you just go straight to stamping. So I like to take my block. It has a rounded edge and it's really nice. And just kind of rub it over the ink pad and that will help distribute that ink. So I'm having stamping malfunctions over here, Erica.
Oh no.
I don't know why. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Not really. I don't know what's happening.
Well, me neither. I'm missing. I'm over here cranking.
I'm going to do like a two-tone look. There's all kinds of mistakes going on right here. Erica, look what just happened. So this ink pad, watch this.
Oh!
It's a blank ink pad just for show. You want to pull out the Gemini?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let me get you Spruce.
That is hilarious. Anybody else think that's funny? You guys get it all raw and real here on live streams.
Here you go.
Wow, thank you. All right, we're opening up a new one because I cannot find my Spruce ink pad. And I bet as soon as we get done, we're going to find my Spruce ink pad. So a lot of people like to ask, or we get a lot of questions about ink layering. So, you know, a lot of multi-layered stamps are popular. And I always say if you go the rainbow from, you know, red to yellow, red to orange to yellow and so on, your layers are going to look great together. And also if you go light to dark. And so sage, we also have seafoam, which is a little bit lighter, and then we have spruce, which is darker. So if you want to do like ink up sage and then do just a little bit on the ends of the edges of the tree, just to get a little detail there. There we go. That looks good. Oh, yes. I'll just do a little tip. And then I'm just going to dab it right on top of my Sage ink pad again. There's such a small amount of darker ink there that I'm not really worrying about contaminating my Sage ink pad. Good. All right, now
you need your pokey tool.
There we go. We have glitter stars here.
There.
So there's a problem with that guy, though.
You know what? I think I can fix that.
Oh, you can? I'm going to be super excited.
I think that I just was underestimating that it had cut.
Oh, okay. Let me see what we can do with this guy here. That actually looks really cool. So I did the darker color over the lighter, and it just gives it like a little shadow effect. I think I'm going to do a couple more of them like that. That looks cool.
How big is that tree, they're wondering? I'm not quite sure.
Do we have a... Oh. That one didn't work out too great. Where is a ruler? Do we have a ruler? Oh, there's one if you want to grab it. Okay, so next up, I'm going to do a little bit of Skylight. Okay, the tree. About 2 inches.
And your pokey tool was just being stored inside.
Are you fixing it?
We got it. Thank you, Jenny.
Hi, thanks, Jenny.
Jenny shows up with a ruler.
That's Jenny to the rescue. Okay, now we'll do the little, what's this called? The trunk. I love it when I can't think of really simple words. So we were excited about this stamp set because it kind of brings back the nostalgia of going to the Christmas tree farm. And we even have, where is the stamp set? Here it is. The little saw.
He's so
How
cute.
fun is that?
I did that and then embossed the blade in silver, which was adorable.
Here is my snow. So I'll do a little bit of that in Skylight. And I probably should get, let me just get this, because I'm stamping off onto my mat and then I'm going to get ink on myself if I'm not careful. So we'll just put a little paper underneath to avoid that. Got 5 left.
Yes, Anne-Marie, our neutrals are fantastic. We have 4 shades of brown and 4 shades of gray, or 3 shades of brown and 2 shades of gray and then black. There we go.
So, yeah. Read that one out. Victoria?
Okay, yeah, you were. Victoria's asking with acrylic stamps, would a pad underneath make stamping better?
Okay.
I don't.
And just so you guys know, these are photopolymer stamps, and U.S. manufacturers make photopolymer. They're very high quality. If you do get, sometimes people call it acrylic, but they're not really acrylic. Acrylic stamps are going to bead up with your ink and not work as well. But what I think is happening is I have been heat embossing straight on this mat, and it has warped it. So I think that is why I'm having a little bit of trouble with my stamping, because the surface that I'm working on is not flat. So that's kind of user error, my issue that I have going on. But a lot of people do find that they get a good result when using a little foam mat, like a mouse pad or something, underneath their stamping. If that works for you, absolutely.
You have a craft mat here.
I do have a craft mat.
And that's all I have at home, and
yeah,
that works fine.
Because our inks are very juicy, and they stamp so well that you usually don't need to have something underneath. So.
Oh, so there's like a soft surface you could put?
Yeah, like some people will use like a mouse pad or a piece of fun foam.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So now I'm going to use Daydream for the sentiment, and the sentiment is coming from the Holiday Mix Sentiment Set This is a must-have for your holiday card making.
Linda says she wants to stamp words in the wagon, which is adorable.
Oh.
Heidi.
What a great idea.
Great question. Our party color line are fully saturated. The spa are muted tones. So it really depends on your personal card making taste. If you absolutely had to pick between the two, do you like more bright colored things, or do you do a lot of like romantic flower vintagey look? So depending on your taste, if you're into bright and colorful party, go with party. And if you would rather have like more muted tones, vintagey look, go with spa.
Perfect. Okay, so we got our 3M mounting tape. And I'll just put 2 strips on each. Sometimes I like to put a little piece in the middle.
You can even cut them in half.
Yeah? You want to do some with me?
Sure.
Yeah, sometimes if I'm being frugal, I will cut these in half the long way. Just get a little more mileage out of them. And then I can just add them straight to my card fronts.
And not do that.
So you guys will have to also leave me a comment and let me know which pattern here is your favorite. Do you like the one with the tractors on it? Do you like a little more simple, maybe the gingham? Or do you like this fun multicolored plaid? Maybe you love them all.
I love that plaid. I just totally missed the trash can, just FYI.
Yeah. We'll get that later.
I put my hand right above it and all of the paper went into the floor.
That's amazing.
Yes, Tony, we have refills for all our inks. And you can watercolor with the refills. You can drip it on the paper and add water and get a really cool effect. There's all kinds of things that you can do with them beyond just refilling your ink pads.
Where did my original one go? Do we know?
It's probably right here.
Fantastic. Okay.
There's something else on the floor.
That's okay. We'll get that later. No problem. All right, so finishing touch, we're just going to add a star to the top of every tree. One of our glittery, oh my gosh, how cute is that? Do you guys see how quick and easy it can be to mass produce a whole bunch of cards? And then I probably will never do this design again. I will move on to the next design.
I think I love that. I love the idea of maybe doing 8 or 10 as a batch.
Yeah.
And then maybe if you wanted to do some different designs, you could tweak it up a little bit, like change your layout slightly, but use the same use the same stamp, the same pattern paper. And then you could knock out 5 different designs and have 50 cards in no time.
That is true.
If you did like 1 design a day when you were working on your project, and did 10 in a sitting. So anybody who's thinking up a plan, I just gave you a brilliant one.
And I think this is great, like what you said about your mom, like sitting with a friend and making these, and like each of you has a job,
Yeah, and even if they're not traditionally a stamper, you've got a lot of pieces and different things that they could do and participate, and you chat and drink your coffee and
or your
enjoy
wine,
your time. Yeah,
or your cider, or whatever your drink of choice is.
Vodka.
Oops.
Splash of soda.
Okay. There we go. All 8 cards done. And how long was that? Like 25 minutes?
No clue, because I don't know what time it is. Oh.
Yeah. There we go. I'm so excited. These are so fun. Do you guys have a favorite pattern?
We had some votes for gingham and the plaid. Some of them were saying they just love them all. I love the plaid paper, but for this card, I like the contrast of the gingham.
And my favorite is the tractor paper.
Cute.
Yeah. They're so fun.
They're just catching up. Plaid.
Okay.
Plaid. Great cards. Love them all.
Excellent. I'm going to turn this around again, so if you get seasick, just hold tight. That was fun.
Yes.
Yes. High five.
And just like that.
Just like that. 8 cards.
8 cards.
Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. And again, don't forget to go download that holiday guide and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Should we spill beans?
What kind of beans? I mean, sure.
Like my YouTube situation.
Oh, that's very exciting news.
Yeah. So you guys, a huge milestone is coming up for me on YouTube.
Yes.
On October 21st, I'll have been on YouTube for 10 years.
Who's old? Just kidding.
10 years. My kids
For any of you who are thinking to yourself, I'm older than Catherine, I'm just kidding.
My kids were 5, 7, and 10.
Yeah.
And now they're 15, 17, and 20. It
Yep.
takes a brilliant person to do that math.
Yeah. It's so cool. 10
Yeah.
years is a long time to have been doing it in this format, you know? Like, so I think that's exciting and such a cool milestone.
Yeah.
So we're going to celebrate that a little.
So I might have a little touch of ADHD, perhaps.
Just a
And
slight.
so for me to be, interested in one thing for that long is amazing. But then also I have that fixation thing where when I'm into something, like I'm really into it. And that happened about 15... Anna was 4 years old, and now she's 20. So 16 years ago in October is the first time I picked up a stamp.
Yeah.
And I've been obsessed with it ever since for 16 years. And so then 6 years later, we're doing math again. I started my YouTube channel, and I'd started my blog before that. And it was in the early days of YouTube.
Yeah,
wow,
definitely.
That's crazy. So thank you, all of you who have been with me
Yes.
because some of you have been watching from like the super early
Yes.
days.
Julie just said she was.
That's amazing. Oh,
It is honestly
Julie,
that these
thanks.
forums are all about you guys. Like these, like YouTube, Facebook, the things like the Instagram.
Thanks, Tony.
It's all about you guys because, you know, Catherine wants to bring forth stuff that you're going to enjoy and information that you're going to love. And that's what kicked her into creating product because we want to bring product that you're going to love and you're going to want to use. So she's like, what do I want in my craft room? Let's make that for the people. So
let's make that for the people.
So that's what we're always thinking about. So thank you.
Oh, wow,
everybody.
Joanne. That's awesome. 22 years
you know.
ago, she picked up her first stamp. And Donna says that how long you've had your company. So it's been an evolution.
Yeah.
So 16 years ago, when I stamped for the first time, I was hooked immediately. And I started having classes in my home. And I did that for many years.
That's how we met.
Yeah, that's how we met. Like 12 years ago?
In
something like that?
2006.
13 years ago. So she would come to my classes and we would have so much fun. And Eva at age 3 would sit there and stamp with you.
She'd crawl up in the chair and look at me with her cute little face.
Yeah.
So cute.
And so then when the kids got older, I couldn't do it in the house and at other people's houses as much. So then I moved to the online forum, the blog, and then YouTube. And then I started Stamp Nation, the membership site, which is still going strong. In January, it's going to be 9 years for the membership site, which is amazing. That's really long in the internet world.
Yeah.
And then it grew into Stamp of Approval and then the product line. And now we have this office where we come to work every day and have a ball and hang out with you guys. This is one of my favorite things to do is get online and stamp live with you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your support and your thumbs ups and your comments and subscribing. It's so appreciated.
And being such a supportive and uplifting community as well is just every day we're grateful for that.
Absolutely. We get so many amazing comments. We read them all.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often something that one of you says ends up being the subject of conversation. And we're like, oh, did you see what this person said? You know, and it makes our day. So thank you for all of those little kind notes and sharing your stories with us.
An internal, you may be familiar with it, Slack. We use Slack to communicate with each other, and it's not abnormal for one of us to find an uplifting comment somewhere and post it in for everyone. Because when all of the people that work here hear those positive vibes, it just elevates us and makes us more excited about what we do. So thank you. So October 21st, stay tuned because we're gonna have a party. We're actually having a really big party on October 21st.
We are, for a number of reasons.
A number of reasons. So stay tuned. There's 3 reasons.
It's coming.
Yeah. So, all right. We will see you guys soon.
Bye. Have a great day.